Hello and welcome, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Family Reflections. I'm your host, Caddy Emmanuel. So let's get into it, right? First things first, England. This time next week, we're going to be headed to the UK. And I don't know if you can tell, but we're very excited. Um, Now, just one thing about that. So if you're in the UK, you've been following us, and you're excited that we're coming, you might not be able to come. just stick with me. Let me explain. So the event is invitation only. Everybody is special. Everybody is important to us. We appreciate every single person. I promise you. But, for this premiere event, it's invitation only. So here's what that means. It means that unless you were invited personally by Iyanola Pictures, or if the High Commissioner for St. Lucia in London, if their office reached out to you, or if the Caribbean Social Forum reached out to you, and also the University of Greenwich and Beyond Iyanola. So there's a couple of organizations all coming together to make this happen, and all of them are inviting their respective guests. And, if someone just sent you an invite on WhatsApp, the thing is, we don't want people to come and then we have to explain to you and tell you, okay, that wasn't actually an invitation. And then we have this kind of confusion because then people will be vexed, and then they'll be vexed with me, and then I'll be sad. And it's just a whole thing, right? So this one is invitation only. But here's the good news. The good news is that after this, we'll be back. The movie's going to come to the UK. The books are still going to be coming to the UK. And we're going to be treated well, and we're going to treat you well, and everybody's going to be happy, and we'll all be hugging and kissing, and it'll be a great time. All right. So let's just be patient. Just be a little patient with us, right? And then on the flip side, if you did receive an invitation from us, oh, it's just going to be love and happiness and greatness, and it'll be a good time, right? So I'm really looking forward to November 12th, and I hope you are too if you're invited. And if you're not invited, we're coming back, and we love you, and everybody's happy, and this is taken care of. All right, cool, nice. So now that that's out of the way, all right, I kind of wanted to talk to you guys today about my perspective, my experience. I want to have a little voice. I want to have a little time with y'all to explain myself a little bit, right? Because, over the years, I've been talking to people on the platform. You guys just saw my face probably. If you've been following Ribbons of Blue and all these things, you probably just saw this strange guy just pop up one day and just start doing stuff, right? But I want to take some time to actually talk to you guys, and maybe you'll understand why I do what I do, where we're going, where we hope to go, and you can be part of the journey. That's the goal, right? The goal is I want you to join the journey, hop in the ship, so that we can get to where we're going together. Is that okay with you? All right, cool. So, who I am. As I told you at the beginning, okay, Emmanuel, I am the son of the Ribbons of Blue lady, right? And she became known as the Ribbons of Blue lady after the release of this film, Ribbons of Blue, right? But the story actually starts long before that, right? And by she, I'm referring to my mother. So flashback with me, come back with me, bring it in. Many years ago, in a land far away, um, there was this group called Vision de la Vie. Vision de la vie, for those of you who are not Lucian, you're not French, you're not Haitian, um, it stands for visions of life, right? Vision de la vie. This is one of those cases where the Creole version sounds much better than the English, right? Vision de la vie. It sounds more sophisticated. Vision, vision de la vie. Anyway, so this was a church group. This was a church drama group. That's what it was. And back in the day, we used to go to what we call crusades, evangelistic series. We used to go to um, raise funds for the sick, raise funds for people that needed help, and just a lot of stuff, a lot of good fundraising stuff, so, some dope concerts, and it was a good time. And then one day, the Substance Abuse Secretariat, this is a branch of the St. Lucian government, they reached out to my mom and told her to do like a recorded stage production. So I don't know if you guys have seen those, right? On YouTube, you'll see like those recorded stage productions. We actually have one from a year or so ago. I'll put those in the description of this video. But anyway, they asked her to do a recorded stage production, right? And she thought they asked to do a film. Miscommunication. So she went and recorded a film, and I remember being there. We would drive out early in the morning, and some cameramen would come, and I'll just watch as she would just come up, tell the people what to do, and we would record a scene, right? And then the next Sunday, we would roll out and do the same thing again, record another scene, and then another one. And after doing that for a while, the guy stitched everything together, and then we had what we call Tears in the Valley, right? That was the name of the film, and it was a whole story about this young man. Shout out to Kenty Ramnet. This young man who just kind of made bad choices, and some HIV, got sprinkled in, and it was a bad time. So, yeah, that was Tears in the Valley. The quality, though, the quality was the quality wasn't all that, right? So we decided to keep it moving, and my mom came up with Ribbons of Blue. Now, Ribbons of Blue was something else. So, and you have to understand, this was kind of my childhood, right? Because Tears in the Valley was being done when I was maybe like 8, 7, 8, 9, probably. And then Ribbons of Blue is actually, Tears in the Valley must have been a little younger. So Tears in the Valley was me being somewhere around 6 to 7. Let's just say 6 to 7 for Tears in the Valley. Or maybe 6 to 8. Let's just say 6 to 8. All right, cool. Just follow me. Stick with me. After Tears in the Valley, now we're doing Ribbons of Blue. Ribbons of Blue. I have to tell you, and one thing I have to tell you guys about all this is that the whole thing was fun. Like, every time we went out to shoot, it never felt like arduous. it never felt like hard work, right? It always felt like a good time, just a bunch of creative people, talented actors and actresses who were coming together to bring this story to life, right? And my mom would be directing, fluttering around, always with mission in her eye. She always had that vision of where she wanted the story to go, right? So, anyway, we're doing Ribbons of Blue. I was actually in Ribbons of Blue as Zozo Boy. I think I was also in Tears in the Valley, but very briefly. I think I just came to drop off something for somebody, always wearing tight pants as Zozo Boy, right? Tight Pants City. Tight Pants City. But yeah, so Roads of Blue goes well, and we finish recording. All the shooting goes well, and now the film is released, and this is when things start going crazy. People loved Ribbons of Blue. Loved it. You know, people were talking about it all over St. Lucia. People were talking about it all over the world, and St. Croix and Dominica and New York and England, and they were also stealing it. they were, they were. You know, there was a lot of piracy taking place, and this is. If you really think about it, this was at the beginning of real piracy, right? Because Ribbons of Blue is me being somewhere around, I would say 9 to 10 or 11, right? So this is right when the internet was really starting to arrive. It wasn't even really there yet, but it was coming, right? It was becoming popular. And so a lot of people stole Ribbons of Blue. So let's pause right here and just say, if you have a copy of Ribbons of Blue at your house and you're watching this and you did not get it from us, here's how you can make this right. One, you can share this video, like this video, and also follow, subscribe, go to the website, join the mailing list, all those things. And you can also check out our other films. But we have 2 other films that are available for rental or purchase right now. So you can check those out on our website. All right, let's keep going. So Ribbons of Blue was blowing up, and, you know, my mom, like, they called her out to the Cannes Film Festival, and, you know, she won an award in New York, the MNC Fine Arts Award, and all this stuff was going on. So, that being said, if it were you, what would you do? It's time to maybe make another film, right? And so Iyanola Pictures was created, right? Because if we're going to create films, we need to formalize things a little bit more. So Iyanola Pictures was created, and that's where Iyanola Pictures came from. A church group that started making movies by accident. But anyway, so Ribbons of Blue went well. Then my mom did Troubled Waters. Same exact process, I'm telling you. So we'd go out on a Sunday, we're shooting, and we're shooting, and we edit it together, and it's always a good time. It's always fun. Everybody's having fun. And the movie comes together, and it's great. So Troubled Waters came out. Troubled Waters is a bit heavy, right? Because it addresses something that a lot of people don't like to talk about, which is sexual abuse, sexual assault in the Caribbean community. And too many times we like to sweep that stuff under the rug. Well, in Troubled Waters, it is not swept under the rug. But it's also just a great film. People think that you cannot address an issue, or you cannot address a serious issue while also just having a very compelling story, and a very funny story, a very dramatic story, a very engaging story. And here's what we do best at Iyanola Pictures. We talk about real stuff, but we stay interesting. We stay engaging, we stay dramatic, we stay funny. We do all of that. That's who we are. After Troubled Waters came Nana's Paradise. In Nana's Paradise, I was like the lead actor, right? I played this guy called Owen Marshall, right? And Owen Marshall's father was a drunkard, alcoholic, Selwyn Marshall. And Selwyn was trash. Okay? Nobody's ever said it, so I'll say it. Selwyn was trash. Okay? Good job, Selwyn. but nah, for real. Selwyn was trash, man, and he beat on his wife. He, treated his family badly. He didn't provide for us. You can hear me starting to talk as Owen, right? But yeah, I basically played Owen from when I was from when I was about 12 to 13 all the way to 17. So I played ON for about 4 years, right? And let me tell you, there was this one scene, okay? There was this one scene where I I was studying at this cemetery. I'm not going to spoil the movie because I hope after you watch this, you're going to want, you probably want to see the movie, right? And you can see how to see the movie in the description under this video, right? But anyway, before we get to that, anyway, so I'm telling you about, this scene. I'm at the cemetery, right? I'm at the cemetery as Owen, and I'm studying for this important test. I want to help my mom get her out of the hood, to get my mom out of the circumstances that we're living in. So I'm studying, and then my little brother runs up and he's like, Owen, look, Babit ma, right? For you non-Lucians, is saying like, yo, look, our dad beat my mom, you know? Sorry, got distracted. He was basically saying, yo, look, dad beat mom, right? So I was running back, literally sprinting back with him. And when we recorded this film, I remember when we shot this scene, I could feel that urgency as I was running back, you know? I could feel that urgency of, yo, I need to get back there before whatever happens. You know, you could feel that movement inside of you, because if you see that scene, you could see I'm sprinting for real. I'm sprinting. Like, I'm not sprinting for the camera. I am gone. I'm sprinting, okay? Like, I was trying to get back. So anyway, we get to the house, all right? And, you know, my sisters in the movie, they come out, and, you know, they tell me, Owen, like, they're looking to me for help. So in that moment, I'm so into character that I can already feel that anger inside of me, right? I can feel that anger bubbling up, you know, because I'm seeing like, yo, you beating my mom in front of my sisters, in front of my little brother, you know, like, yo. And the makeup in this scene was so good. Shout out to whoever did it, probably my mom herself. But yeah, so I barge into the house, right? And when I barge into the house, you know, the door's closed, and, you know, the kids are like, you know, they don't know what happened to our mom. And so I push open the door, right? I push open the door. And when I push open the door, I see my mom's face, man. Just like, she's bleeding. And the way they did the makeup, it looks like he punched her so hard that he basically ripped the side of her mouth, and there's like blood going down there. Yo, let me tell you. So what happened is, I think it was a combination of the fact that, okay, in real life, she's also my mom. Right? So she actually is my mom. And then also, you know, I'm playing Owen, and I can feel, like, I've internalized the character, so I can feel his frustration at this point, you know, from seeing his dad being trash for all these years, you know, and beating his mom like this, probably not the first time too. So I came out and I was like, Wepa, Gasa, you know, like, just vexed, you know, I could feel that anger inside of me rushing out the house, you know. Mind you, we had to do that scene. It's not like we're not doing these scenes more than once, but every time you do it, like, you're still bringing that emotion back out, right? So I run back out, and he was outside sitting under this tree. And I'll actually put this video. So you're probably watching the video to this as I'm saying this, right? Because I'm gonna pull the video down and put it in here. But yeah, man. So I rush up to him. I'm like, you don't see what you do, ma? You don't see what you do to my mother, you know? And, you know, he's upset. He's like, yo, who you talking to right now? You know, like a little Denzel Washington. Like, hey, son. Who you talking to right now? Huh? So it gave me pause, right? Because, even though Owen is a boy, he's a little like scrawny, like early teenager. At the time I was probably like what 13 or 14. So he starts chasing me with a stick, and now I'm running away from my dad. Super dramatic, right? But that, like, I have to tell y'all, like, after that scene, coming down out of character, I was like breathing heavy, and I was vexed. I was upset and angry for like probably a good hour or 2 hours after that. Just stuck in that mode and stuck in the character. Like, yo, just need to get my hands on this guy. You feel me? Like, yo. But anyway, so that was one scene, and I could keep going. I could tell you guys a whole bunch of different experiences about different scenes. I'll probably tell you one more. There was one more. Well, there's a couple more, but I'll tell you one more. So when we did, and this is kind of the same period in the film, but we had to shoot, and I think I mentioned this on the episode with Colby DeVoe. So if you haven't seen that, check out the Family Reflections episodes on our YouTube. But I did an episode with Colby. I'll put it in the description here as well. But I did an episode with Colby, and I was basically telling him that because this is supposed to be after my father chased me with the stick and I saw him beat up my mom and all this stuff. So in the scene, I'm sitting with my dog, and my mom had this idea where she wanted me to communicate with the dog. Like, she wanted me to talk to the dog and express what I was going through and start crying and get emotional and all that. But the dog was not cooperating. The dog was not trying to sit next to me. The dog was not trying to be here for my tears. Okay. So, and I feel like dogs can sense when you're actually going through something. You know what I mean? I have that. I have that sense. Like, I feel like the dog can kind of feel your vibe and know, man, you're actually fine. So, anyway, I'm chilling there with the dog, and we shot that scene over and over and over again because the emotion wasn't coming because the dog kept distracting me. The dog was loud, and I couldn't cry. Like, I was trying to get into it, and I couldn't get into it. And then, man, I just got so mad and so frustrated that, like, because at that point we had probably done this, who knows how many times, 7 times, 10 times, 15 times, who knows? Like, I lost track. And so I just got to a point where I was like, yo, all right. I was just sad that we just kept having to do it. So I started crying because I was tired of doing the scene. All right. But it ended up working because that's what I needed to end the scene. Or I started crying because I was tired of doing it, but in order to stop doing it, I needed to cry. So it worked out. All right? It worked out. So you can't complain. But anyway, that went well. And honestly, man, that was a great way. Looking back, I'm grateful to have had the opportunity to spend my teenage years, those formative teenage years, working on a project like that. It's just cool, Like, you go to school, work on that on the weekend, and, I love acting, so it was great. And then after this, I left, went to college, and then for a number of years, I wasn't doing anything acting related, anything related to what my mom was doing. And it was during those years that Shantae's World was being worked on. All right. Shout out to Shantae's World right here. Boom. If you haven't got it, make sure you get it. But let's talk about it. So Shantae's World is a collaboration between Iyanola Pictures and this great company called All Biz Media. All Biz Media did the cinematography, the videography, all of those things that everybody loves and they're talking about in terms of the technical videography end. That comes from All Biz, right? And it was co-directed by Guillaume Rico. I spoke to Guillaume not too long ago, so make sure y'all check that out. Also in the description, check out that episode. I had a great time talking to Guillaume. But yeah, man. So after, I left college and I'm working and stuff, and I started to really think like, yo, I know a lot of things that could help my mom with what she's doing. And also I started thinking about a vision for the company. Like, what could we do with Iyanola Pictures? What could we do? And after speaking to my mom and getting a sense of her vision and where she wants to take us, I thought about it and I was like, yo, that would be dope. So here's what we've come forward with, right? We want to make an impact on the Caribbean film industry. We want to create a sustainable film company that can build revenue and consistently bring you stuff like Shantae's World consistently, right? We're not gonna stop, right? And so, yeah, let's see how this goes. And so, what I've been doing is I've been helping out with the sketches that you've been seeing. I assisted with the book, making sure the book was done. I assist with marketing. I helped with the editing and all that stuff. And I've been trying to help build out the digital footprint of Iyanola Pictures so that, people like you can see us on YouTube. You can see us on Facebook. You can visit our website and join the mailing list, and you can follow us and see what we're doing and join us on this journey. It's been a beautiful ride. Like this year, we had an awesome time in LA. We had a great time in Toronto, New York, some of these major cities, and I'm so excited to see some of the support that we've seen in these cities, especially to New York. Shout out to New York and the Consulate General in New York, Jeremiah Hyacinth, for his continuous support. We don't take you lightly, or we don't take you for granted, Jeremiah. So there's that. And so we're looking forward to London. After London, there are some exciting things that are coming down the pipeline. And if you don't want to miss them, please join the mailing list. All right. If you take away anything from this video, join the mailing list. All right. If you join the mailing list, I promise you there's nothing important that we're going to do that you're going to miss. You have my word on that. All right. Okay. So, guys, before we leave, I've been thinking, I don't know if I told you this at the top or the beginning of this episode. I've been talking a lot today, so I'm starting to lose track. But I'm thinking about rebranding from Family Reflections, because let me give you a little history on where the Family Reflections name came from. Family Reflections used to be an actual show, like a talk show, like Oprah style, with a live studio audience. And then that was discontinued. And so during the pandemic, I started, remember, as I told y'all, building out the digital footprint and working with Iyanola Pictures, I said, let's try to bring that back. But everything was done via Zoom at the time. So I started doing this thing on the side called Iyanola Vibes. And the format of Iyanola Vibes was a lot like this, right? Where I'm literally just talking to you. So on Family Reflections, I had a guest. But now, with a lot of the stuff I'm doing, I haven't been able to really get guests on here consistently. So I'm thinking, instead of calling it Family Reflections, what do you want to call this? It's up to you. Let me know, what do you want to call this time that we're spending together, this thing that we're doing? If you've been watching us, if you've been watching from when it was me and Kina to when I started initially, to now, you've seen the evolution. You've probably seen episodes of Iyanola Vibes. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Cool? As always, I will see you guys in 2 weeks. I know there was technically an episode of Family Reflections last week. I called it Family Reflections because I wanted to show you guys an update from Toronto. But honestly, this was really the real Family Reflections episode, right? Because, on this one, I got to talk a lot. But anyway, I love y'all. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. And see you in 2 weeks. I'll let you know how England goes. Bye. Love you.